Hi, I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music. Today, I'm going to continue with my series entitled Rhythm Exercises. These exercises deal with blues rhythmic phrasing. First, I'll go ahead and play rhythm exercise number 3 in the key of A, and then I'll break it down for you. Here we go. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, let's break down rhythm guitar exercise in the key of A, number 3. We have a 12-bar blues. I've broken that 12 bars down into 6 2-bar phrases that use the exact same rhythm. The rhythm is triplet, 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 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. In the first bar, we will be playing our guitar solo, or our lead guitar part. In the next bar, we will transition to our accompaniment part. This will be the Chuck Berry or Jimmy Reed style guitar pattern. I just call it the blues pattern. It sounds like this. Because our lead guitar part runs a little bit into the rhythm accompaniment part, we will have to chop the first eighth note of our accompaniment pattern. Therefore, it will end up sounding like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now that we've talked about the rhythm, let's go ahead and look at the scales that we'll be using in this exercise. Our first scale is the major pentatonic. Let's look at the fingering at the 5th fret. We will also be using the minor pentatonic scale. Here it is at the 5th fret. Here we go with phrase 1. Triplet, 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 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Our first 2 triplets use the major pentatonic scale with a hammer-on. The next triplet also uses a hammer-on, but we're using mixed pentatonic here. That means major pentatonic and minor pentatonic together. Beat 4 and the and of 4 are major pentatonic, and then 1 of bar 2 is the root. That's the end of our lead guitar phrase. Notice how I ended on the root A. That's because good phrases often end on chord tones. At this point, we go to our rhythm guitar pattern. Notice how I chopped that first eighth note. Let's go on to phrase 2. Triplet, 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 4 and 1. Our first triplet uses a pull-off and the major pentatonic scale. The second triplet is the same. Again, we're staying in major pentatonic here. That was the third triplet. And here's 4 and 1. 1 is a very quick hammer-on from the minor third to the major third. This is a grace note, so it's not really counted as two separate notes. It's just all considered beat 1. At this point, we go into our rhythm guitar part. The third phrase is targeted over the D7th chord. Triplet, 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 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... The first triplet bends from the major pentatonic into the minor pentatonic. This is true for the second triplet, except we're on the B string now. Here's 4 and 1. Notice that I ended my phrase on an A. This isn't because we're on an A chord here. This is because A is the 5th of our D7th chord. Again, I'm ending on a chord tone. Then I go into my rhythm guitar pattern. Let's go ahead and look at the next phrase. The fourth phrase is targeted over A7. Triplet, 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 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... The first triplet uses a grace note hammer-on into a double stop. This is out of the major pentatonic. Second triplet's the same. Third triplet, we have a pull-off. We're still in the major pentatonic. The 4 and of this bar is a slide into the major third, to the root here, and then we end the lead guitar phrase on a major third of a 7th. That is a C sharp. So we're bending the B to the C sharp. And then we're into our rhythm guitar pattern. Our next phrase is targeted over the E7th. Triplet, 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 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... We're going to start this lick on an E note, and we'll go straight up the major pentatonic scale with the addition of the minor third as a passing tone. Those are our first two triplets. Third triplet, and here's 4 and. Notice how we're ending now the lead guitar phrase on the root E. Then we'll come over for our rhythm guitar pattern. Notice how we moved our pattern that we played for A and D over to the 7th fret for E. Our last phrase is over an A7th chord. Triplet, 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 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... The first triplet is a mix of major and minor pentatonic. The second triplet is major pentatonic. The third triplet is a bend within the major pentatonic. This is 4 and the first 8th note of bar 2. That ends our lead guitar phrase on the root A. Then we're into our rhythm guitar. Well, that's it for rhythm guitar exercise in the key of A, number 3. I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music, and I hope to see you back on my channel soon.